They'll run for the first time with Austin Ekeler. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Play action. It's Herbert. Incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
4th down and on is Ty Long to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 29, Carr. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 38, Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he's a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me. With enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. From the pressure here, Carr taken down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 1st and 10, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Now room for Eckler. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 1st downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd and 2, Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Back to throw here, Herbert. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
On first down, Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The 3rd most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think he just made the punter a little bit jealous there. There was some serious hang time on that ball deep downfield, and while it didn't connect, it certainly sent a message, didn't it?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Shotgun now for Carr. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Chargers 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 56 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So that'll back him up 5. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Now Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. Touchdown Raiders. Josh Jacobs. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Carlson on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Raiders 14, Chargers 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
2nd and
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. Forced out to his left. It's complete to Cook. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton.
And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And that'll set them back 5. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Here's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
21. Chargers 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
A final shot before the break for Herbert. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Carr going to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here now Roberts. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And now Herbert a little unsure. So he's going to go ahead and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught right side by Palmer. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Jalen Guyton was undrafted out of North Texas, but he's carved out a nice little role with this offense, especially when he runs routes like that and makes catches.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flushed out right. Herbert has it knocked free. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
First down.
Now Carr. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They run toss to the right with Drake. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Carr. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Wilson able to put this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Charger drive about to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Herbert on first down now. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Eluding the pressure right. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
First and goal.
Eckler. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Eckler again, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
From down near his goal line here, Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, and all the way down to the 24-yard line. 132 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Running it with Jacobs. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now this throw caught left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. Throwing, Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. And there it is, the standard symbol. Taking a knee means that one team won, and the other one obviously lost the ball game. But now that team that won is 2-2. After the first 4 games, I think they're okay with a 2-2 start. Not overly happy, but at the same time, not depressed either.
You mentioned to me breaking down a season in quadrants. So the first quadrant is kind of a check, as you said, for okay. Not great, not bad.
Yeah, right now they're just holding serve. They look forward to their next 4. Maybe they can make a surge there.
So this one, a victory for the Raiders. So for Las Vegas, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.